You're live.
Hi! Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the KeyForge live stream. My name is Brooke Robson, and I am joined here today by
Brad Andrews.
And we also have a very special guest with us today.
Very special.
It's Richard Garfield!
Hey Richard,
Hello.
how's it going?
Going great, thanks.
Thank you for being here, guys. So, gentlemen, KeyForge has been a massive success.
I know, right? It's been awesome.
Since its release, we have seen people playing at events at local retailers. There are hundreds of new Archon decks added to the Master Vault every day.
I think we're sitting around 600,000-ish.
Yes, we are, which is a very exciting number. But speaking of exciting, the whole reason for this stream is we have a very exciting announcement.
It's true, and I think we're going to let Richard take this one.
Well, we're finally announcing that we're coming out with new cards, something which may surprise all of you.
Yes.
Hold on, Richard.
So we have a little technical difficulties with Richard's audio.
Try now.
Go ahead, Richard.
Okay, we're announcing that we're releasing the first expansion, new cards, which is a surprise to all of you. I'm sure that we were working on it.
Yeah, so there's going to be a new set of KeyForge called KeyForge Age of Ascension. So that'll be the second set of KeyForge. There's, I believe, a graphic up somewhere in this vicinity now, premiering it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's directly over both of our faces.
perfect. I mean, that's exactly where I wanted
Yes.
it. So we're really, really excited to announce this. I'm just overwhelmed by how well everyone's been enjoying the first set, and I think people are going to like this set even better.
Mm-hmm. So how does Age of Ascension relate to Call of the Archons?
So I'd say that Age of Ascension is very much the second step. It's us looking at what we've done in Call of the Archons, pushing the bounds a little bit further, and really trying to explore further what KeyForge is. Richard, what would you think?
Yes, it took us a long time to figure out exactly how we wanted the expansions to go, and I'm really excited to see how this is received. But it's, as a game designer, from the point of view of what this game is about, it allows us to get in a lot more variety, which is something which of course I was really excited about.
That's great. And Brooke, do you
Yes.
want to let everyone know?
Yes, so we do have some questions prepared for you, gentlemen, but also anyone who's tuning in at home, please feel free to put your questions in the chat. We will work in as many as we can. So just get us started off. In Call of the Archons, you created 7 houses from scratch, whereas in Age of Ascension, you are exploring the existing houses who already have established identities. So how did that affect the design process? Did it introduce any new challenges?
Yeah. Richard, why don't you go first?
Sure. As I said, I really wanted variety in this game, a lot of variety. But at the same time, I just didn't want to just throw out new cards. There were a lot of cards which could be supported by the houses we've got to continue to explore the mechanics they've got and the play which has been established. But for example, we didn't want there now to be, say, instead of 20 common cards? We didn't want to go up to 16 common cards. We didn't want to just double it to 32 because then you would get a lot less theme to a particular deck, like repeats of particular cards and things like that. You still want to open up a deck and find whatever 3 Witches of the Eye or something.
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot about injecting more variety into the factions and making them feel both familiar and new. And as Richard put it, variety has always been one of the biggest pushes for KeyForge. So really, really expanding the factions variety.
So in regards to the variety, like what kind of new territories are each of the houses exploring? Is there anyone that you're like particularly excited about?
You know, I want to leave some of it for players to discover when they start opening their very own set 2 decks. But for example, Untamed has a little more focus on using +1 power counters than they did in the first set. Richard, is anything notable you feel?
I feel like it's a balanced exploration of what we've got. So it's a lot of new and interesting cards and combinations that have been laid out. But I'm less interested in the particular new themes that we've got from those mechanics than how the whole set plays.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, specifically relating to new mechanics, we have someone from the interwebs who would like to know if there are any new mechanics that relate to the specific colors of the 3 keys.
Not in this set. There's nothing in this one.
Yes, good question.
Yeah, definitely.
But there are some new mechanics.
There are. We have a couple new keywords.
So we've got deploy,
Deploy, yep.
alpha, and omega.
Yep.
So how do these affect the gameplay?
So alpha and omega are kind of sister mechanics. An alpha card means that this card needs to be played before you do anything else during step 3 of your turn. That means you can't discard a card or play a card or use a card before you play an alpha card. It has to be the absolute first thing that you do. Now, as opposed to that, omega cards must be the absolute last thing you do, because after you play an omega card, it ends your step 3 and you move on to your step 4. These provide these really interesting timing points in which you can play these cards. Richard, do you want to talk about deploy?
Sure. Deploy is a pretty simple concept. In the first set, you could only put creatures on one end or the other of your battle line. Deploy allows you to insert them into the battle line. And the deploy creatures, I think, always come with some reason why that would be interesting, although sometimes it's just interesting to manipulate your battle line. For example, a card which gives your neighbors shields or power or something like that would often have deploy, because it will allow you to get it into the battle line where it's needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with these new keywords and new mechanics being integrated in, are Age of Ascension decks necessarily more powerful than Call of the Archon decks?
No, they're very comparable to one another, and we strove really hard in development to make sure that was the case. And again, they'll both be equivalent in terms of legality in play, and so I think you'll just see a different type of variety and a lot of different opportunities to interact with the game. We've also been exploring a couple of other new types of mechanics, but they're not so much in the realm of keywords. So players are just going to have to wait and see. There's so much more to discover with set 2.
Yeah, I think that is really interesting and important for people to know about Age of Ascension. Is it's not a sorry.
See, there's so much more to discover with set 2.
Oh. Yeah, I think that is really interesting. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. Age of Ascension is not a sequel per se to Call of the Archon. Like, you don't need to have Age of Ascension to remain competitive.
It isn't. It is in the sense that it is an extension of the overall universe of KeyForge, but it isn't in that Age of Ascension is its own contained thing.
Right.
So it's worth pointing out, because I don't think we made this exactly clear, I hinted at it, is that there's a lot of cards being rotated out. So to make room for the new cards and to make it so that there's as thematically as structured as set 1. That could lead to people, not knowing that could lead people to think that set 2 would be stronger because it has more potential there. It will have its own themes going on. Cards which you have in set 1 that have been rotated out won't be in set 2. So set 1 has some things which set 2 doesn't have, and set 2 has things which set 1 doesn't have, of course.
Yes, and so some cards are rotated out, but all 7 houses from set 1 will be in set 2.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you guys took a lot of care and a lot of attention in designing this new set to make sure that everything felt balanced. So I was just wondering, how long did it take to test KeyForge and until it was fully balanced? Like, what did the process look like?
Oh, so I mean, the whole process of testing KeyForge in the first place took place over, I don't know, Richard, would you say about 2 years?
Yes, 2 years.
And during that time, I feel like we've got a really good sense of how to test KeyForge. We tried a lot of things, had stuff work, not work, and we just kept at it till we really got a good playtesting regimen down. Age of Ascension was a much shorter period of time just because we knew what we were doing so much more. This whole KeyForge thing has been this big experiment into how do you make a game like this? And so the first set required that much more, and I really feel we got a good spot with Age of Ascension.
So, Richard, we have a viewer question for you specifically. The
Okay.
world would like to know how being a mathematician, I can talk, has influenced your work as a game designer.
Indirectly. Most of the math I use is math you can learn on the street by, for example, playing poker seriously. But a lot of what really drives me in games, the rule structure and so forth, is what drove me to mathematics also. I love to see how rules play out. And in mathematics, I love to see how different sets of axioms play out. So there's similar sorts of thinking, but I certainly wouldn't call it integral to my design.
So, sir. Will Call of the Archon decks still be legal? So that is a question from Owen. Yes,
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it's our intent to make it so that going forward indefinitely, all the decks from every season are playable against one another. That's something which you really can't do in a trading card game, but a game like this, we think it can be done.
Exactly. We really want players to know that their purchases are not going to go away. Your Age of Ascension decks are just as good as your Call of the Archons decks.
So, one of my favorite features that I first saw in Call of the Archons were cards that were linked together, like Time Traveler and Help from Future Self, or the Four Horsemen.
I don't know if anyone's heard. Have you guys heard of the Four Horsemen?
So I was wondering if we would see more of that in Age of Ascension.
Definitely. It's something we've seen players react really positively to, and we are as excited as you guys are to explore it in design as we love to see it in play. So we have some really, really interesting new cards to show you on that end. But again, just bear with us. We don't want to spoil everything all at once.
Mm-hmm. So the new card pool for Age of Ascension, I see someone has asked in the chat as well. So it's got 370 cards. So 104 new ones and 166 that carried over from Call of the Archons. So how did you decide which ones would make the jump between sets?
I'll leave that one to Richard. He did. So when we dived into designing the second set, Richard and I both designed 3/4 of a set, and then Richard took that huge conglomeration of cards and then culled it down to what the new cards we wanted, and he made the decisions on what cards we were going to pull forward.
Yeah, that's right. When we took away cards that were important to a house, we tried to give them reasonable substitutes for it. So we did not intentionally take out like cards which are iconic to a set, to a particular house. You can expect a lot of those to stay because we think those are important to how the set plays. But they won't always stay, and when they're rotated out, it's going to be either replaced with a similar sort of structure or something which is equally interesting. One thing that might be worth noticing is that a lot more substitutions were done at the common level than the uncommon or rare level. Part of the reason for that is because everybody sees all the common cards all the time, everybody who plays the game. And so you get a lot of interesting leverage from changing common cards. Rare cards, people who have played a bit might not notice if there were new rare cards because they haven't seen them all. They might have read about them all, but they haven't run into them all. So we focused a lot of the substitutions into the common area and less in the uncommon and even less in the rare.
Yeah, and just to be clear, it's 204 new cards.
Sorry, I had 204 written. I may have misspoke. I'm
right.
very sorry, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. So, still talking about specifically the cards of Age of Ascension, what happens if your favorite cards from Call of the Archons didn't make the jump to the new set? Are they just gone forever?
And this is something that's really exciting, and it's something that Richard talked to us about right when we were initially working on KeyForge, and that's the idea of legacy cards. Richard, why don't you tell everybody about them?
So legacy cards are sort of an analog to Mavericks. Mavericks are cards from out of house which jump house, giving a little bit of surprise variety to a house. Legacy cards are cards from past sets that have been rotated out that make the jump forward. So using legacy cards, we actually are able to get a lot more variety into the game than we previously have because we've got a lot more cards to draw from.
Yeah, and being able to see that card that you knew from the past, all of a sudden, boom, right in front of you in this new deck is really, really exciting. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on them because it's one of the coolest things about Age of Ascension.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, speaking of cool,
yeah.
What's your favorite card from the new set?
My favorite card from the new set, that is really hard. I'm a bird watcher, and I love spending time outdoors. I also love to collect honey, so I think Bumblebird is probably my favorite card.
Oh my god. Bird is really, really cute. It is fascinating, but that's actually not the bird that I thought you were going to go with.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. See, one of my favorite cards is Archimedes.
Oh, yeah.
Who we may have actually seen
in
he's
on
Call of the Archons.
Archimedes is on a card in Call of the Archons, so that's a little Easter egg.
Mm-hmm. Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a favorite too.
Oh yeah, what's your favorite, Richard?
Well, I've got two.
Oh yes.
Panpaka Jaga and Panpaka Anga. So these are from Untamed, and they're cards made for my twin boys who are now 18 months old. Panpaka Jaga, Jaga, is James Garfield, and Panpaka Anga is Antoine Garfield. And they have a kind of cool mechanic. I think it's a really cool mechanic. One of them gives a bonus to all the creatures to the left of them in the battle line. The other one gives a bonus to all the creatures to the right in the battle line. So they won't always appear together, but when they do, it'll be pretty cool because one on one side, one on the other will buff your whole line.
And they're so much fun to play, Richard. I love those cards.
And that might have been the cutest inspiration story I have ever heard.
And just wait till you see the art on them.
So, along with this new set comes a new starter. So,
yes.
How does the Age of Ascension 2-player starter set compare to that of Call of the Archons?
So the 2-player starter for Age of Ascension is going to feature, doesn't feature the starter decks. It just features 2 procedurally generated decks from it. It's going to have a set of tokens. The token sheet's a little smaller, so a little more compact, easy to carry around. Will keep you in the game and fit in your deck box a little bit better, especially those keys.
All right, very cool. And finally, what kind of surprises can people expect from the Age of Ascension?
Surprises. Surprises. I'd say that there is more creativity in this set than I even thought possible. And the way we've handled really keeping the factions feeling similar, but those changes are going to be so surprising and fun. You guys are going to love it. Richard?
Right. Richard, you got any surprises you want to tease?
No, I'll just hit the same thing which I've been hitting, which is I'm all about variety in this game, and I've always wanted sort of an infinite number of rare cards, and so this is one step closer to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, KeyForge is at its heart about discovery, and now is your opportunity to discover so much more about a game that you already love. And what could be better than that?
All right. Well, that is actually all the time we have for questions today. I know that I am personally incredibly excited to explore the world of the Crucible some more, and I'm sure our viewers are as well. Thank you for joining us, Richard. And
thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Richard.
It's good to see you all, and yeah, really exciting.
So we're going to actually be switching gears a little bit. Just so everyone knows, we will have more information about Age of Ascension on our website later today, so be sure to check that out. And now, please welcome Evan Johnson and Josh Massey! Yay!
Hello.
I think we get to cheer. I think we get to cheer.
All right. Well, I come with the most exciting thing. We have 2 Age of Ascension Archon decks, 2 real Age of Ascension Archon decks. They are not in packaging, but they are real.
Yeah.
They do exist.
And they are
wanna-
here for the 2 of you to play.
Which camera are we on? This one right here? So why don't we just take a quick little look at these decks.
Brad, I have a little stand.
Oh, it's got a little stand for them.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
Here,
go.
just,
So
just
just
take
pass us
the-
that Archon card there.
all right. Who do we have?
What do we have here?
Tesla, the Precisely Innovative.
Oh,
I love that.
Inventive.
Inventive.
Oh,
That's-
inventive. Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's almost the same thing.
My deck is obviously better because the name is better. We have the Elder who theatrically chomps cuisine.
Theatrically.
Very theatrically. I mean, this is intense. Like,
That does remind me of how I
way
feel you
overboard.
eat.
Oh, that is very much how I eat.
There's your
And I
Archon
am
card
quite
back, sir.
elderly. So that works. So before we actually get started playing, while we're shuffling up the deck, because I'm Josh, OP Manager, I am going to be talking about some OP stuff really quickly.
Say what?
Say what? So, hey.
Sorry,
don't jump in
I
the
was
gun
taking a
here.
sneak peek. I was taking a
Please,
sneak
slow
peek.
your rolls.
I'm just so excited about organized play.
I know. So are we, and so are a lot of you, and so are a lot of our retailers. If you attend a store that is not currently doing organized play for KeyForge, you should definitely talk to them about it. And if you are one of those retailers, you should be reaching out to your alliance specialist, your alliance representatives, because they can help you get set up with the chain-bound events, which we've just started doing in the past couple weeks, and people are getting really excited about it. They're earning their Amber Shards, which is wonderful. Those digital rewards are the reason that you're hosting these events.
I know I've been earning mine.
Yeah, so have I. I'm more on Discovery, but still earning mine. But if you do have any issues reaching out to your alliance specialist, please feel free to reach out to the Organized Play department ourselves at organizedplay@fantasyflightgames.com. And I'm looking at the wrong camera. I'm looking at the... Hi, everyone. I do have a brain, I promise. So that was step 1. Step 2 here, we're going to start talking about vault tours.
Ooh,
And
I'm excited.
we've got a couple things to show off
Whoa.
for the vault tours. This is stage 1 of the vault tour prize wall. So I don't know. Yeah, we got a good camera view on that. So the Horseman, obviously the best playmat out there. I mean, I don't think anybody.
I'm a fan of the Scalds over here.
The Scalds are great. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be in a Brobnar band. I just don't think my beard is thick enough for it yet.
Hashtag
That's-
I don't have
band.
enough braids going on in it to be in the band yet, but I will be trying out for lead vocals once I get to
I
that
think
point.
you have potential.
Thank you. I think I'll get there. But, I mean, come on. The Horsemen,
That's
you
pretty
guys are
sweet.
wonderful.
How do people get these?
So these are going to be on the Amber Shard prize wall. You are going to be able to go to a vault tour near you, or not near you if you really want to travel, which I would love for you to do. And then, you can redeem your Amber Shards for these, let's see, we've already seen that art. Let's swap over to some of the other art pieces that we have.
You don't have to look at it sideways since that's how.
Oh, no, you can lay it down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I confirmed.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Boom.
So,
Wonder who that guy is.
Somebody new.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, who we
We've
got?
got
up
some
next?
Mars coming.
Yep, some Mars boys. Yep, we'll let everyone look at that for a sec. All right, got our shadow friends.
So, which house do you think has more cute creatures? Is it Untamed or is it Shadows? Because those Spar Elves are pretty darn cute.
Can the answer be yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in fact the only acceptable answer.
So, like I said, this is just a starting point. This is a little teaser. The organized play team is going to be putting up an article late this week, early next week. Stay tuned. Watch out for it, where we're going to be talking about a lot more of the things that you can redeem your Amber Shards for. I'm
Yes.
super excited for that, and we'll put these away so that the hype can die with us.
But
So, yeah,
I'm
we're
taking
gonna-
a sneak peek at these prizes. You guys are gonna love them. I'm so excited. I know exactly how I'm spending my first Amber Shards.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of options coming, and we're very excited for them as well. Speaking of the vault tours, we have our first ones coming up in just about a month now. Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, March 14th to the 17th, and then in the Netherlands, March 15th to 17th. So. Coming up the same weekend. Oh, I'm gonna look at Ryan here. Hey, what's up? So those are the first events coming up. If you want to check out any of the other events, just go ahead and go to the Fantasy Flight webpage, and you can find the Vault Tour schedule that we have so far. More to be added this year. And then another note, we are doing a Reddit AMA for KeyForge. So I think that's happening on Monday. We're going to have an hour where Alex Watkins, the OP director, is going to be answering a lot of your questions. But get in now and make sure that you're asking the questions that you want Alex to answer. So go ahead and search that out and start asking us what you want us to tell you about KeyForge.
Yeah, no, we're very excited for that AMA. Alex is a great guy. Hit him up with your questions. You'll get a very, very good answer.
All right, shuffling with sleeves is
And
What's,
for today, viewers, please keep your questions coming as well, because while these guys play, I'll be chilling here. And actually, if you guys could pass us that,
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
the Twitch
iPad.
chat over here.
So send me on tablet.
There we go.
I'm not answering any more questions, though. You're done.
I'll answer a couple here or there. I don't know.
Enough for both of you, in
Yeah.
fact.
All right.
Let's play some KeyForge.
Let's play
Yep.
some KeyForge.
So let's figure out who's going first.
I don't think he brought any tokens.
Here.
I didn't bring any
Here's some
tokens.
tokens
I'm gonna
for you,
see-
sir.
Wow, look at all these tokens.
Tokens.
We've got some power. Some damage if you'd like to share.
Need none of those.
I mean, we can.
And then I do love the amber cards, but I think I'm going to use my amber tokens as well.
So, is it just the cards themselves that will have new additions, or are the Archons also going to be changed?
We have actually added a bunch more designs into the Archons. So you can see that there's a couple of new Archon pieces here. For example,
Here we go.
Tesla, the Precisely Inventive, definitely has new arms and a new body
Swirly arms.
that is not in set 1. So you'll just have to, I mean, you're getting a quick preview here, but there's a lot more new designs out there. So it's very exciting. The art and graphic design teams have outdone themselves. It's great.
All right.
So, I have a number of tokens in my hand. Is it even or odd?
I'm going to go with odd, just like me.
There you are.
Oh, so correct.
Would you like to play first or second?
Yeah, I think I'll go first.
All right. So you're going to get 7, I'm going to get 6.
Thank you for the reminder.
So, along with the new Archon designs, are there also new words added to the name generator as well?
Yes, there is.
Cool.
Ooh.
So that question came from King of Adonata.
Yeah, something like that. Watch us try to pronounce your username.
All right, my friend.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it. I don't
Alright.
know the cards well enough to know if I should shuffle them away.
So you're saying I have an advantage?
I'm saying he has a very large advantage right now. All right, so I am going to go with Untamed.
All right, well, let's get that. Looks like a new card.
It's a new
It's
card.
coming right on over here. Boom.
So the Grove Keeper,
Yeah,
at
what's
the
he
end
do?
of my turn, I give each of his neighboring creatures a +1 power counter. So
Whoa.
playing him first seems like a good idea so that I can add some more stuff around him.
If
on my
he
next
lives
turn.
that long.
Kill on turn one.
Who would do that? Who would do
Leave
that?
him alone, sir. All right. And I'm at 6.
Well, I'm gonna do something mean.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Logos,
Be
Uh-huh.
mean.
and we're just gonna Bouncing Death's Quark and kill the Grove Keeper.
And that's a Call of the Archons card.
That is a
correct?
Call of the Archons
Yeah.
card, and I'm gonna continue being boring with Call of the Archons card. I'm gonna throw down a Library of Babel.
Wow. Why
Brad,
don't you
we've
play
seen these
something
cards
exciting?
already.
I know. I'm sorry. I just really like to get Library of Babels out early so I can get the maximum potential out of them throughout the game.
Yes, that
So.
seems like a.
And being able to remove one of his guys, that's just a bonus. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call the turn there. Back to you, Josh.
All right. I am going to go with Dis on this turn.
This one.
You disgust me.
I am going
one.
to win this.
All right.
All right.
Who's gonna
So
make the most puns during this
I'm
game?
going
It's
to
gonna be Brad or
banish,
the
which
three of
does
us?
nothing,
Banish.
but gets me my amber.
Yes,
Also, it's got some great art.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
that's sweet.
I mean, the poor Sanctum character, though.
Yeah. Well,
I love
Well,
me some
He'll
Sanctum.
be.
He's the man in the
fine.
box.
we'll be okay.
And then I'm going to play the Binding Irons to
Oh,
give you
no.
3 chains.
Whoa. Your opponent gains 3 chains.
Would you like to use one of the
Yeah,
Vault Tour
this
chain
one
trackers,
seems
good
good.
sir?
So I gain 3 chains.
And I'll take that card.
Yep, there it is.
And then I will play Not Finished with You, which also nets me an amber and lets me shuffle my Grove Keeper back into my deck.
All right.
Showing
that
my
back.
deck. What am I doing, man?
That all you got?
That is all I have. So
Good.
now I'm going to draw my 3. You're up, good sir.
All right. I am gonna go with. We're gonna go with Brobnar, and I'm going to play a 1-2 punch, which will not do anything more than get me an amber at the moment. But if you want to prove,
That is a new and exciting card.
then continuing on the new train, I'm going to play a Drummer Knot, which has play, fight, reap, return a friendly giant creature to your hand. So that's just gonna chill out there.
Hey guys, bear with us for a minute. We're going to try and fix this glare for you so you can see all the cards just right. That looks a little bit better.
And so you can see my
Yeah,
face.
yeah. Move my chair a little bit.
And then I'll play Groggins, another new card.
Brad, you're going to pause.
I'm gonna pause.
Yes, let us fix this glare so everybody at home can see it.
Well, I'm just so excited to play.
I know you are.
Can anybody hum some elevator music for us? There we go. Yeah.
We can take a question from the chat.
Yeah. A lot of new cards, actually.
Oh, so we're not showing the new cards? Yeah. Yep. No. I know
Yes,
you're
we are.
working.
We
You're
are
working.
showing the new cards, but I'm also trying to handle
Yes.
this glare.
Do you want me to
Oh,
do it?
sure.
I'm a little taller.
All right.
Probably reaching.
Thank you,
without the-
everybody,
So,
for your patience.
Also, can we give like an extra shout out to Ryan and Evan, men of many
Woo!
talents?
I wish the camera was on these guys right now. This is unbelievable.
All right.
It's just exciting.
Yeah.
I'm enthralled.
Oh, come on.
I'm just now realizing that they kind of have matching outfits, and I think that's great.
They do have kind of matching outfits.
Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have the same belt.
This is hard when you're short.
I don't know what that's
Try
like.
not being short.
Stage
Ryan.
over there.
It's not big enough for that.
It's looking a little better.
The KeyForge live stream. Anything can happen.
All right, how's that glare looking for everybody?
It's still glary.
Glary, Indiana.
It's 2.
All right.
Yes, I know, but
I would say
can't-
that the
I can't
glare
do
is
lighting.
glaringly obvious.
All right,
gonna
that's
give
the
you a half
best it's
one on
gonna
that.
get, everybody. So let's just go for it.
Okay.
All right.
So we
Make
got
sure you put those new
Groggins
cards
and
up.
Drummer Knot in play,
Yeah.
leaving some big Broadenar boys.
Actually,
I
Brad,
put-
I'm gonna stop you for a second.
Oh
The
my
2
God.
new cards that
Yeah,
we
what
played,
were
I
those
wanna put those
cards?
on the camera.
My goodness, why don't we put those over here with Evan Johnson
Here they
real quick
come.
and he'll show them off.
So
All right.
1-2 punch was also
Oh
in
yeah,
that
I played
combination,
3 new
so-
cards. I'm sorry.
All right, there's the one. There's our next one. And here we go again. They want to see Banish too. Can you fish Banish?
Oh,
out
don't
here?
worry about
Discard
that.
Oh.
I will be using it again. I'm gonna move
Okay.
that camera.
Well, after playing 3 new cards, I think I'm going to be finished. Pass it back to you, Josh.
All right, so just to slow you down, I am going with Dis yet again,
Whoa.
and we'll be playing Banish.
Oh,
So that will get me an amber,
double Banish.
and you,
excuse
who
me.
goes to your archives?
I need to.
So now everyone
So-
can see the fully suffering
Shane.
Sanctum Knight.
Yep, poor guy.
Poor guy.
All right, so put an enemy creature into your archives. Which one is going to get archived?
I don't know.
It doesn't really matter. I'll let you choose.
Well, I'm going to let the Drummer Knot get arched.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then I'm going to play an Omega card, the Unlocked Gateway, to destroy each creature.
Why don't you just lock it again?
Brad, your playmat has an archive slot.
It does. I should use it.
So, destroying each creature on the field doesn't net me anything, and that's going to be the turn.
I would imagine.
Doesn't it go into Josh's archives?
No, it'll go into my archive.
Your opponent's archives. So,
Well.
Nope, they didn't get to see Gateway.
Unlock Gateway.
Ryan, you gotta be quicker on that.
You gotta leave them up longer.
All right, here it is. Here's the Gateway.
I am gonna go with, since we're in this very wonderful board state here.
Stalemate.
I'm gonna go Brobnar again. Just play a war chest
Yep.
and pass the turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Mars this time.
Oh, good.
So we got the Shockworm.
That's the official pronunciation.
Yes, that is the official pronunciation.
The
I just
Zizix?
made it up. No, mine was right.
Oh, sure. I'm shocked. Oh, excuse me.
And then we'll go with the Collector Worm as well.
Collector worm. Too many worms.
You know,
No such
Mars
thing.
likes their worms.
Sometimes you just
Is that,
need a
is, that a,
worm.
is that a sweet 5 armor on that worm?
I believe that is 5
armor on that worm, and only 1 on Zizix.
I'm pretty sure you said it differently that time.
I think
you
it
need,
did.
You need to standardize your
Oh no,
pronunciation.
that's the exciting part about this guy. He's not standard at all. He does what he wants. So, people asking to see it again.
Yeah, they missed it again.
All right, so then I will be playing Mars first for my Amber and readying and using a Mars creature. So I'm going to ready him. I'm going to reap with him.
Alright, there's that. I'll be right back.
All right.
And I'm actually... Got it.
You
Figured
done?
out what that card does. So we're good.
Okay.
I'm only at 5, so...
Well, I'm gonna push these guys over because I'm gonna do some stuff. We're gonna go shadows. I know they've
Okay.
been lurking in the background. Because I got 2
Looking in
skeletons.
the where?
I got in the shadows.
Thank you. Come on.
I've got 2 skeleton keys that I'd really like to get down.
Double skeleton.
And then I have quite the onslaught of Shadow's actions here.
Okay.
We're going to start off, and we're going to Nerve Blast.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Shockworm, dealing 2 damage, knocking 1 armor off, one that I'm just gonna steal that amber real
That
quick.
does seem like a dangerous amount of electricity in one moment.
Too much electricity. to
Don't be so
contained.
shocked. Then we're gonna play a new card. Whistling Darts gets me an amber and does 1 damage to each enemy
What?
creature. And I'm particularly a big fan of the flavor text.
Would you like to read said flavor text?
Do, re, mi, ah!
Beautiful.
I approve.
You know, I think you would also make a great lead singer for a Brotnar band.
Thank you very much.
Scald for
And then we're going to
sure.
throw some throwing stars. I'm going to deal 1 damage to up to 3 creatures. Doing 1 here and
Oh.
1 here, which will destroy the shockworm.
Yep.
Throwing
And the 1 damage
stars.
brings my worm
Ooh.
down to 4 armor.
Yep. And then I'm going to gain an amber for each creature that was destroyed that way.
Okay.
Since I got no cards in hand, I'm going to pass.
Here's your throwing stars back.
And get rid of my last chain.
Oh, finally.
Drawing down to...
All right, so we've got someone who's keeping the official pun count going on YouTube. It's got Brad 2, Josh 1, question mark?
How are we not in double digits yet?
Yeah, Brad.
Come on, guys,
You
you
have
can
way
do
more
better.
than 2.
Step it up.
I think some of those were off screen, though. So.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
What do we got here? What do we got?
I gotta see what we got here.
You know, I'm not one of. I'm just
Seeing
not
as-
one of those pundits like on the news.
Okay, now you're just trying.
Well, we can't have
All
it
right,
both
so I'm gonna
ways.
go with Dis. And play Streak. Oh, Streak is new. Yep,
He's
we can
coming
see
over
Streak.
here.
Yeah, I think you're just trying to distract me.
There we go.
Hey.
Keep them rolling.
There's also been a request for no more diss puns.
Oh, you got an official grade of F- on that one,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
along with a boo.
And then I'm gonna play the
Sorry, that might
Poltergeist,
have been a little
All right,
loud.
that's an old
Oh,
card.
which
there we
nets
go.
me an amber and lets me use the Library of Babel, and then destroy it.
Boom.
So I am going to draw my card. Sadly, not one I can use right now. So I will end the turn.
There it is.
Did you take your amber for Poltergeist? Or is there an amber on that?
Yeah,
There's-
Okay,
I did.
cool.
I should have, because he stole from me last time. So
It's true.
Gotcha.
we're good.
I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, I'm gonna play another one of my favorite new cards from the set.
Ooh.
I'm gonna activate Logos despite losing my Library of Babel, and I'm gonna play Eureka. It is an alpha card. Play. I gain 2 amber, and I archive 2 random cards from my hand. So you might archive some of the other cards I'd like to play this turn, and you might not.
Oh, you only have.
Get them. Get the cards.
Yeah.
What?
No,
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 no.
don't look at them.
What am I?
Look
I'm,
Don't-
I'm not
they're
looking
going
at them. I'm
into his-
showing them.
They're secrets.
What'd you get?
Secrets.
Josh, you got the 2 cards I wanted you to archive. And I'm also going to play Archimedes.
Oh, here he is. The boy
See,
himself.
elusive.
The boy
what else do we
himself.
got here?
So each of Archimedes' neighbors gains destroyed. Archive this creature.
You'd probably be a really good traveling companion for some sort of adventurer.
Oh.
But I'm going to pass the turn and say check.
Whoa, check.
Okay,
The first check of
okay.
the game.
1, 2.
I love how like angry the owl looks. 'Cause I think that just makes him cuter because it's like, oh, you're gonna try and hurt somebody.
He's so
No,
small
you're not."
and so angry.
Yeah, this changes things. All right.
You got this.
I
Call on the power of
I
your
don't
internet
got
supporters.
this. Do I have internet supporters?
Nah, some people like your beard.
Yeah. Thanks, people. I like people.
I believe in you, Josh. I always have, and I always will.
I am going to. You know what? I'm just going to go with Untamed. Fuzzy Gruen. You can have another one.
There we go.
I'll take my
Classic.
2.
More amber
Classic.
for everyone.
And the Marmo Swarm.
Ooh.
So that's a new one.
Yep, here comes the Marmos.
That one's pretty interesting. 1 extra power for each amber in my pool. So it's a lot of power right now. I wish I could use this beast.
374 Barry 374 just found Archimedes on one of my cards.
And you know what? I'll throw her down Oharna.
Ah. You probably want to see that over here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you probably do.
Yeah.
I think this is one of my favorite art pieces from
Oh,
the
it's so
set,
good.
period. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of great art. I mean, I could say that it's my favorite for at least 20 cards.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
lowballing.
sadly, not getting that super exciting play effect.
Also, she's an elf. Is she the first elf? She might be the first elf.
I mean, outside of Shadow.
Oh. Sorry, the first untamed elf.
All right. And that, as they say, is that.
All right.
That is what they say. You're also on check.
You
correct.
are.
Yes, I am on check.
All right.
Brad's going to forge his first key. I'm going to go with
Take that back.
that one right there.
Good
Yeah.
choice. Good choice.
And I am going to activate Logos again.
Mm.
And I'm going to start by reaping with Archimedes.
Little owl boy.
Little owl boy. That owl boy, though. Then I am going to play a new card, another one of my favorites from the set.
All right.
And it's the perfect opportunity to play it because of how badly it's going to mess up your side of the board. We're going to do some standardized testing, which destroy each creature with the lowest power and each creature with the highest power, pushing toward the middle. So I believe all of these are getting destroyed.
Yeah.
And Archimedes, leaving just one poor fuzzy Gruin all by his lonesome. But
Good job, buddy. He held on. That's all that matters.
But don't worry, I'm not going to leave him hanging for very long. He's actually going to Harland Mindlock his way over here, and that's a card from
Oh, it
the
is?
first set.
Oh, okay. You're right.
So I'm just going to pull that guy over here. Just, it's okay, I'll look after him. No worries.
No, I'll look after something.
Then I'm going to throw down some sloppy lab work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to archive this card, and I'm going to discard a Drummer Knot, which you guys have seen already. That's going to be the turn for me.
Yeah.
Brad's things seem to
Fine.
be going pretty well for you.
Not too shabby. Josh is about to forge a key, though, so you never know.
You do never know. Especially with someone like Josh.
It's true.
I don't even know.
He's
That's
like
the problem.
He's like a cat, which is so surprising.
I want to be
His
nothing
beard
like a
adds
cat.
a level of mystery. His beard is full of secrets.
Oh.
And probably lunch.
I mean, you gotta save that for later.
All right. So we're going to go with the Xanthix Harvester.
Ooh, yes, good
Going
pronunciation.
Mars.
So, yeah, it's very interesting. It can't be used while it has a non-Mars neighbor. So, yep.
Only hangs out with his buddies.
Yeah. Has very few friends.
I'll give you that fuzzy Gruin back.
Yeah, not yet. And then we'll go with the Nizik Resonator.
They're playing Broadway.
No.
No, new? Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
it's
new
a new
guy.
card.
He's a
Yeah,
new
definitely.
guy.
What's this guy? What's he do?
For each neighbor he has, I get, or your keys cost +2.
Whoa.
So,
Well, that's
would have been nice.
You need some buddies.
And I'm going to put my Combat Pheromones artifact down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's new.
Yep.
I'm just so excited to play the game.
Yep.
So that
Combat
is
pheromones.
Omni, and sacrifice that, and I can use up to 2 Mars creatures this turn.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting. And then the Amber Conduit, and I didn't actually take my Amber for that. I'm doing that. Amber Conduction Unit. After an enemy creature reaps, if it's the first time a creature is reaped this turn, stun it. So that's pretty exciting too. That one does not net me my Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Got any more Mars?
I do have one more Mars, and I'm just gonna play it because I've been holding on to it for too long. The Mars needs Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Nets me 1 Amber, and it would capture an Amber for each damaged creature you had, but none of them are damaged, so I don't get that additional effect.
Oh well. That's okay.
And that will be my turn.
That's a lot of Mars.
Yeah, it feels good for, having things that are just going to get destroyed anyways.
Well,
Yeah. I'm gonna make this turn real short and sweet for you.
Oh, jeez.
Just you got 3 Amber, I got 3 Amber. I really like this 3 amber. I'm going to play Swindle, which has both alpha and omega, and just says steal 3 amber.
Wow.
But obviously, that's my
it.
turn.
Do you
That's my turn.
remember back when we were friends?
I do remember.
Because it's getting hard for
You
me
know,
to
we used to be
remember
friends
that
a long time ago, but I haven't thought about you lately at all.
time. Aw. All right.
Check, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Just figured I'd just lob that one out there.
All right, so I got to go with this. And I'm going to go with Yerk.
Yerk.
So choose a card from my hand and discard it.
All right, I know that Brad has a phrase about the yerks, and he keeps
Oh,
looking
boy.
over because he wants to do it. Go ahead.
No, we'll
No, I'm not
we'll
playing
say
until
that
you do.
When the yerks go yerking, you best not be lurking.
And everyone just collectively head down.
Yep.
So I do believe you.
I apologize for that, everyone. That is my fault.
I do
Also
believe you
apologize.
discarded a new card.
Oh, I did.
A new card. Persistence hunting. There it is.
It is actually a really good card.
Yeah.
I just discarded it because I want to keep the other things that I have. And I am going to go with Pandemonium,
Okay.
which nets me an amber, and then each undamaged creature captures 1 from its opponent's side.
Whoa.
So, boop, boop, boop. I'll borrow that.
There we go.
Dunyan rings.
Sorry, guys. I'm going home.
The viewer count drops to 0 immediately.
All right, so he's done.
So you're saying people are only here for me?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I am going to go with Logos.
Seems like a good choice.
And I had 3 amber. You got no amber. I think this is a perfect time to play Binate Rupture. Another alpha card. Each player gains amber equal to the amber in their pool. I mean, I'm just gonna. There we go. There
Who
we go.
picked these decks for who?
Brooke chose these decks.
Hey, I chose the 2 decks. You
Did
picked
you
yours
talk
because
to
of the
Brad
name.
first? This is true.
Then I'm gonna throw down Igor right over here, and he's gonna let me look at the top 3 cards in my deck, and I add 1 to my hand, and I discard the rest.
Igor.
We are going to go with.
Oh, and what am I doing? Totally played that guy to the wrong side. See, new cards throwing me off.
I am
Sure,
going to
blame
take
the
that card. I'm going
cards.
to discard another Binate
I
Rupture
will.
and a Mac the Knife from the first set.
Is Igor new?
Igor
Yes.
is new.
Oh, here he comes.
And then, I mean, we're here, so Harlan Mindlock might as well just reap.
And then be stunned.
I don't see that card. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep. So he is stunned. Boop. Where do you have a?
I don't
Okay.
have.
well.
I do have the stun cards.
Yeah, bring those stun cards out.
Shiny cards. Sorry, everyone.
It's all right.
All right. That will be my turn. Check.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it fine?
It's fine.
Okay. Well, if you say so.
All right. I'm going to go with Untamed.
Oh, excuse me. I'm not on check because for each
Oh
neighbor
yeah.
he
Hey,
has.
there we go.
Polanski's cost +2.
All right. Untamed. I'm gonna go with Nature's Call.
Mm-hmm.
Return up to 3 creatures to their owner's hand.
A classic.
So
Perfect.
that goes back to my hand.
Sounds good.
Really, what am I thinking? Come on, people. Gonna go with the Fuzzy Gruin, because can. So you're gonna net an amber for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna play Flaxia to get 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go ahead and play Flaxia
Double Flaxia.
to get 2 more. And we're gonna just cock these a little bit so that we have a little more space on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna throw Nox down.
All right, here he is.
Nox is pretty cool. +3 power for each neighbor it has.
That's a hippopotamus, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I approve.
Has
of
been
that
known as
message.
one.
And then before I put the 3 power there, I'm gonna put Taliga on the field
Wow.
as well.
Yep,
That's an
an
old
one.
Gold.
We're good at that.
I don't play a lot of Untamed. Sorry. So then I'm gonna grab my 6 power.
Mm-hmm.
Throw those right there.
That's just a whole pack of Untamed dudes.
Sure is.
And you know what? Why not? We'll put, is that Darna?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Not Oharna.
We saw her already, but we'll show her again. She's a new card.
So again, doesn't do anything for the play effect, but
It's a whole
fun reap effect.
pretty cool battle line you got there, bro.
All right, yeah, they're about to be destroyed, I'm assuming.
We'll see. You actually gave me the amber I needed to forge a key.
Yep, I did, but it also gave me the amber I needed for the
I
key,
mean, that's
so.
fine. Whatever.
Don't you need 10, right? Isn't it each neighbor?
Oh, each
Oh,
that guy?
excuse me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Jumping the gun.
Yeah, I was just trying to catch him cheating.
Yeah.
There you
that
go.
was-
There you go.
That was it.
Guy who knows the cards
Hmm.
more, taking advantage of poor little old me.
Well, you took so long to take your turn. That I, just
I had a
forgot.
lot going on.
Hmm.
Man.
You can do it, Brad. You don't need creatures. Creatures are non-essential.
I'm a big fan of creatures right now. Big fan.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that hippopotamus is still so cool.
Not the hip-hopopotamus. The hypnopotamus.
Yeah, correct.
So
Correct.
you guys are thinking hard. There was a question in the chat a little while ago. When you're playing in Vault Tour and you get a playmat, do they come with the tracker cards, or you do only get one or the other?
So that's the beautiful thing about the prize wall. For those who have not been to any of our large events, I'm going to throw out another company's name. It's Chuck E. Cheese. You find a thing on the wall that you want, you pick the thing on the wall that you want. If you want the chain tracker, get the chain tracker. If you want the playmat, get the playmat. Hi. So they're all going to be on the prize wall, but we do have some items that are themed together very, very heavily. So you might want to collect the set, but you won't get the full set with a single redemption on the prize wall.
There
Good
we
question.
have it. Brad, have you finished thinking?
Yeah, there's just not much I can do, unfortunately.
And just so you know, there is one person, at least, in the chat who does believe in you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Thanks, chat. One person at least. 1.3 people.
Someone asking, is Adepticon also a Vault Tour?
Stay tuned.
TBD.
Yeah.
Will the Vault Tours have an animatronic Brad?
I mean,
If not, we're doing it wrong.
gosh, I sure hope.
We need to phase out real Brad
yeah.
as soon as possible.
It's true. I'm just the worst. Just
Actually,
the
this could be a
shreds.
testing right now. Like,
Well,
is this animatronic
all right.
Brad?
This
and we
is-
just got really, like...
KeyForge game masquerading as Turing
Thought we
test.
weren't giving that information away yet.
The test is invalidated.
All right, I'm gonna pick up my archives.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we've got a second person who believes in you.
Oh,
Congratulations!
Yes!
Two people.
2.3 people.
One person says only here for Brad, so
So we're gonna unfortunately
Alright.
have to give you some amber. I'll play Calfine, a new card.
coming over here.
Yeah, I don't know this card. I must read.
Bingo Bang Bang, as well. Once people are done with Calfine, get your amber for it.
Oh. Okay, yes, you do have another creature coming in.
Yep, that's pretty good.
And then a second Calfine.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Oh. So,
All right. Oh,
we do have a question
people
on
are yelling
amber
at
shards.
Ryan.
Uh-oh. Don't yell at Ryan. We do have a question on amber shards for the prize wall, and the prize wall items. We're still figuring out the the redemption that you will need to give for these items. So we're working on it. We will let you know as soon as possible, but definitely definitely at the Vault Tours.
Yeah, not much more I can do, so I'm going to have to pass the turn back over.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to forge this beast.
Wow, you're almost to 3 keys.
Almost there. I think I have enough creatures to get me there, too. So I'm going to go with Untamed. Just seems like the right choice.
Seems correct.
And with that, might as well play the Grove Keeper. Do I have enough room on this table? You still seeing everything I'm doing over there, Ryan?
Correct.
Okay, so at the end of my turn, each neighboring creature gets a +1 power counter from that guy. And then the Swarm again. So
Another
we don't need
swarm.
to show that,
Yep.
I don't think, a second time. That gets +1 power for everything in my pool. So right now, we're just going to throw that extra 4 on there because can. And then we're going to go Reap Heavy. So Reap. We'll just...
How many reaps is that?
That's 3 so far.
Uh-huh.
You know what? Does Nox just want to fight something just for fun? I think so. Holy jeez, that thing is nasty. Never mind, Reap. I don't want to fight them. Reap. And Reap to heal 2 damage. Can't do. All right.
Looking
That's
good.
the turn. You know what? I lied. I'm going to sacrifice this to use 2 of my Mars creatures to Reap.
That guy
Don't
can't
believe
be
you
used.
cannot use him.
Oh, yeah,
Aw,
yep. That's okay.
Poor
Single
Babylon
Reap.
placement.
Yeah, I know. Poor placement.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm learning.
You're still looking pretty all right.
All right.
Yeah.
So then I will add
there are
my
also
power
people
there.
who want
My
Brad to
power
know that he can come
there.
back from this.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of confidence in me.
If
But,
anybody can, it's you, Brad.
but I don't see anything in my hand that's going to let me come back from this. So I'm going to play out my turn, though, because you should always play out your turns.
Right.
So I'm going to activate Shadows. We'll activate both of these to capture 2 amber. We'll sync that into this Calfine. We'll play a Subtle Maul, the one and the only.
Wonderful card.
We're going to play before you get too much more amber. We're going to play Furtive Investors. If your opponent has more amber than you, gain amber for each key your opponent has. So I'm going to gain 2 off of that,
Look at that.
and 1 for playing it.
Someone says that your sweater is flattering, Brad.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And someone else would like to know how you ensured that the new cards were balanced with those from Call of the Archons.
Well, during testing, we actually played extensively both with decks from Age of Ascension and playing decks from Age of Ascension against decks from Call of the Archons.
And that's something that you guys can actually look forward to in the future. We'll be showing some of that on stream. We'll be doing some Age of Ascension versus Call of the Archon matches.
It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to seeing those. But let me finish up my turn here by playing another new card, Yancey Gang.
Yancey. There they are.
And I'll gain a little bit more amber with the hidden stash here. We'll archive this card. But unfortunately, not enough KeyForge juice to get in there and stop Josh's plans. So good game, Josh.
And that's the game.
We'll make it official. Because I feel really good about that. I don't think I will ever beat you again in my life.
That was awesome with both Flaxias coming out.
Yeah, it worked
Pump it up.
really well.
Just too many big creatures, and that, oh man, the Resonator just kept me from getting those keys. That was clutch.
Good job,
Yep.
Resonator.
The Resonator doing work all day.
Did
Yeah.
you do 10?
What's that?
All right.
I
So
did 10,
I guess
so-
is there anything else that we need to discuss today that people at home need to know?
I don't think so. Come back on Thursday to watch some Legend of the Five Rings, the card game. We'll be doing a lot of that.
Check out our website later today for more information about Age of Ascension.
Immediately after this.
Immediately after this.
Make sure that you click the bell icon to subscribe and get notified about any new content.
Join us on Thursday, as you
Yep.
mentioned.
And Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that.
Links are in the description, so check it out down below.
That's
And
true.
most importantly, thank you all for watching
Thank
and
you.
hanging out with us today.
And again, a big thank you from me to the KeyForge community. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all your enthusiasm.
And speaking to that KeyForge community, find your local retailers and make sure you hit up a chain-bound event.
And a last thank you to Richard Garfield for taking the time to come on the stream and talk with us. It's been a joy working with you, Richard, and I'm looking forward to it more in the future.
All right. Well, we'll see you all next time, and look for more on Age of Ascension.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Like.